Hello and welcome aboard and welcome to Brussels. Let me turn down our Zeppelin Staaken R.VI. Is that not a rather large aircraft right there? Yeah. She's a biggin'. She's a biggin'. These aircraft are actually based in Ghent, but there's no airport in Ghent anymore. Ghent or I can't actually say it the way they say it. I'm sorry. All right, we're inside. Very loud aircraft. Googly moogly. Okay. The Zeppelin Staaken R.VI was a 4-engine German biplane strategic bomber of World War I and the only so-called Reisenflugzeug design built in any quantity. Is that not a crazy airplane? It has, shockingly, no flaps. Wouldn't expect it to have, if any, actually, so there you go. I don't have steering either, but just fine. I presume I have diff brakes. Yeah, I got diff brakes. That's cool. All right. Let's good grief, look at how wide it is. In fact, the Staaken R.VI wingspan was 42.2 meters, or about 138 feet, nearly equaling that of the World War II Boeing B-29 Superfortress. The R.VI was the most numerous of the R bombers built by Germany, and also among the earliest closed cockpit, look at that, closed cockpit military aircraft, the first being the Russian Sikorsky Iya Muromets. I probably just butchered the heck out of that. All right, let's see if we can take off with this thing. Shall we try it from inside? All right, I'm gonna fire up R4. Now there's 2 engine types possible here. We're either running 4 Mercedes D6A 6-cylinder water-cooled inline piston engines producing 260 horsepower, or 4 Maybach MB4 high compression 6-cylinder water-cooled inlines with 245 horsepower. So one or the other. Let's okay, brakes are off. It's not like I have any real gauges to look at. All right, let's go. There they go, bringing them up. Wow. That is an impressive bomber, is it not? In September 1914, at the start of World War I, Ferdinand von Zeppelin visualized the concept of the Reisenflugzeug bomber to be larger than the Friedel-Ursinus twin-engine military aircraft, which was the largest at the time. Look at us go. Oh, and we're in the air without that front wheel ever touching the ground. Look at that. Oh, it's so beautifully strange. All right. Using engineers from Robert Bosch GmbH, he created the, I'm going to butcher this one, it is the Versuchsbau Gotha Ost Consortium in a rented hangar at the Gotha factory. All right, we're moving in the air. We are moving very slowly in the air. Let's try to bank this giant bird. That's max deflection right there. Wow. All right, the first Reisenflugzeug built by the VGO, well, it was called the VGO-1, was flying April 1915. It used 3 engines, 2 pushers, and 1 tractor engine, with a 42.2 meter wingspan, 4-bay interplane strut layout, which is what this has as well. Slightly swept back leading edge. If you look, this one does also have slightly swept back leading edge. Biplane configuration. This was actually the configuration that was maintained throughout the Zeppelin Staaken R series of aircraft. Now this one has 4 direct drive engines in the tandem push-pull arrangement and a fully enclosed cockpit. Now the R.VI, because of the way those engines were designed, didn't need the complex gearboxing that the other aircraft, the other Reisenflugzeug aircraft needed. which by the way means giant aircraft. Each one of these bombers set Germany back 557,000 marks and required the support of a 50-man ground crew. Yeah. Is that not insane? I'm trying to turn this plane around now. Now, this aircraft required the complex, and we see it down here, the complex 18-wheel undercarriage consisting of the twin-nose wheels and a quartet of four-wheel groupings for the main gear to support its massive weight. And it carried two mechanics in flight. You can actually see them. They're located between the engines in open little spots. See the guys? See them right there? Aw, poor guys. You imagine? That's got to be like the worst job. You're just stuck between the prop wash. Ugh. Right, where do we think? Oh, wow, look. Interesting. We have interior. That must be the gas tanks. That's wonderful. Bombs were carried in an internal bomb bay located under the center fuel tanks with 3 racks, each capable of holding 7 bombs. The R.6 was capable of carrying 1,000 kilogram bombs. All right, can I land this thing? This is going to be fun. Where is Brussels National? Oh my. All right, let's I'm going to fly out this way a bit. I got a plan well ahead here. Right, yeah. I'm just going to kind of lope a little bit. This plane has no ability to turn, which shouldn't. It's a monster. We're going to try to land in that main runway there at Brussels National. The R6 equipped 2 Imperial German Army Air Service units. Reisenflugzeug, oh good grief, Reisenflugzeug Abteilung 500 RFA and RFA 501. First delivery June 28, 1917. First unit served on the Eastern Front based at Althaus and Velua in Kurland until August of that year. Almost all missions were flown at night with 770 kilogram bomb loads operated in the neighborhood of 7,000 feet altitude. Missions were 3 to 5 hours long. Then, RFA 501 was transferred to Ghent, Belgium, for operations against both the French and the British. Arrived September 26, 1917 at Saint-Denis-Westrem Aerodrome. Later moved to a big, long German aerodrome that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. Yeah, and they flew primarily against French airfields and ports, as well as raids on Great Britain herself. Between September 28th, 1917 and May 20th, 1918, they dropped 27,190 kilograms of bombs in 30 sorties. They flew at night, on moonlit nights. They got directional bearings from the radio on takeoff, then used the River Thames as a navigational landmark. None were lost in combat. That's right, none. However, 2 of them crashed when they returned to base. Oh boy, I got a problem here. Can't get the plane to straighten out. Oh, good grief, look at it. This was compared, none were lost in combat. This is compared to 28 Gotha Gs that were shot down over England. So the English didn't figure out how to take down this big old mean bird. Big old mean bird. I don't know about mean, but it's a big bird. 4 R6s were shot down in combat. That's 1/3 of the operational inventory, with 6 other destroyed in crashes. 6 of the 18 eventually built survived the war or completed after the armistice. All right, I'm going to try to land this thing. It's going to crash. I can almost guarantee it right now. It's like, you know when you fly a jet aircraft, you're used to it like kind of taking forever to do anything because the engines have to spool up. Well, it's completely different here. At least with a jet aircraft, I can get the plane to turn. There is no turning this plane unless it wants to turn. I do like, look at how, when I'm using it, look, you can see the chain moving. That's some attention to detail right there. Compass is rolling around in its compass housing. All right, we're going to try to land on this runway now because it's the closest. Crew was 7 men. Commander, pilot, co-pilot, radio operator, fuel attendant in the cockpit, 1 mechanic in each engine nacelle. Is that not an annoying large number of people? Plus you had gunners. I mean, you gotta have somebody use the guns all over the place. I mean, good grief. Let's try not to crash the plane. Be a good idea, Dare. Don't crash the plane. I'm trying. Oh, there's a plane on the runway. This isn't gonna be good for anybody involved. Just bugger off. I'm landing. Piss off. Maximum speed was a blistering 135 kilometers an hour. That's about 84 miles an hour. Range was 800 kilometers. That's 497 miles. Armament provisions for 7.92 millimeter machine guns. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We landed. Those were in the nose, the dorsal, ventral, upper positions. You see them right there. And up to 4,409 pounds of bombs. You're going to crash into me. Are you an idiot? That pilot just had a heart attack. Wow. All right, that's about 2,000 kilograms of bombs. So 4,400 pounds, about 2,000 kilograms. We're now in our nose-up attitude, which is the proper attitude for this aircraft, apparently. All right, let's stop the plane. Well, we're back from an impressive crash. I'm really kind of scared to press the buttons. Let's try shift 2. That didn't do anything. Shift 3, no. So, presumably, there is not any virtual views. Let's cockpit. All right, so that's basically what we got. We got altimeter, engine tacks. What the heck is this? Magneto switches. Starter switches, our throttle, and a compass. That's it. Okay. Is there, nope, there's not really extra views either. Interesting. Alright, well, very, very period, though. I will say that much. Alright, this is the Zeppelin Staaken R.VI. It is a Flugzeug. I know I'm butchering that, but I'm going to say it anyway. A Flugzeug. Giant aircraft. It was the strategic. It was Germany's strategic bomber of World War I. Dropped thousands of pounds of bombs and several thousand kilograms as well. 27,000 kilograms of bombs on Great Britain. Certainly was used heavily during the First World War. Let's actually shut her down. There we go. We can probably see those big giant props. Look at those things. Is that not? I mean, that is a big old bomber right there. We'll start him up too. There's no. Oh, there is. There's that puff of smoke. I love it when they put the puff of smoke. It makes me happy when they put the puff of smoke. An exit opened. What exit? What opened? Closing. No idea. All right, well, there you go. All right, I've been DerTebbers. Until next time, I'm going to take off in my Flugzeug and try to actually land it somewhere without destroying the entire air traffic control of Belgium. Till then, happy flying, everybody.